Auxiliary verbs can be used to make questions, like this example here, which uses the auxiliary verb do. Do you like the Rolling Stones? We also use auxiliary verbs to make negatives. Here we've got don't, do not. They don't like hot weather. Auxiliary verbs are also used to form some tenses, like this example here, I have seen an elephant. Here, the auxiliary verb have is used to form the present perfect tense. Auxiliary verbs are also used to form moods. For example, the passive uses be, here in the form of is. It is made in China. And we also use auxiliary verbs to add emphasis. Here, do. I do know that, rather than I know that. Let's have a look at the verb to be. Be is used to indicate continuous forms and in the passive voice. Here's an example. I'm waiting for Sally to come home. Here it's I am. This is used to make the present continuous, the verb to be, followed by the ing form of the verb. We also use the verb to be to make the past continuous. I wasn't paying attention when the accident happened. And as we saw before, we use the verb to be to form the passive voice. Here, it is made in China. Let's have a look at do. Do is used in questions and negatives and to add emphasis. Here's an example of a question. Do you have any siblings? Siblings are any brothers and sisters you might have. Here it is used in the negative. No, I don't have any brothers and sisters. Here we can answer this question and use do, the auxiliary verb, without a main verb, because it's clear what's being spoken about. So you could just answer by saying, no, I don't. And here do is used to add emphasis. I do hope you can come to my wedding. The last auxiliary verb is have. Have is used in perfect tenses and in the third conditional. Have you visited Europe is an example of the present perfect tense. She hadn't visited Europe before then is the past perfect tense. We will have finished by 5 o'clock. Here this is a future perfect tense. And it's also used in the third conditional. If I had known you were there, I would have given you a ride. Here, two auxiliary verbs are used together. Have been. Have been is used in the perfect continuous tense and in the perfect passive voice. Here are some examples. He has been working for the police since 2011. Here, this is the present perfect continuous. Has been working. They had been hoping to get a pay rise. This is the past perfect continuous. Had been hoping. Next year I will have been living in London for 5 years. This is an example of the future perfect continuous. Have been is also used in the present perfect passive structure as well. The road has been repaired. And also in the past perfect passive. He had been arrested before.